Check game. Check game. I'm your boy, OSGOE Oncer Grove. Thanks for tuning in. I just got off the phone with Mike Choi. We just chopped it up, man, talking about this new project that we're working on. He wants to listen to it. When we start laying down the verses, he wants to hear how it blends and matches and mixes and melds with this new project called Evade Corrupt Authorities. Because Mike, man, he be having some harmonics and some sonic range levels like Nate Dogg, Warren G type shit, G-Funk. You feel that? Mike, K-pop, top rank, TV, star, from back in the day, flash forward to now. Bro, the new era. You feel that? Man, so Mike Choi, Oncer Grove, Big Scheme, Sendo, we're working on these new projects. In fact, Sen, I just talked to Sen on the phone too, and Sen was telling me, he sent me a track to the Summertime junk that we bought. So one of the things that I didn't mention in the previous podcast, by the way, thanks for tuning in. If you're a fan of the show, man, we're fans, you know what I'm saying, of you, and appreciate you if you support this show and appreciate our show. We appreciate you. So, yo, Sendo, that is Send the Soul Stealer, 495 level 4, my homie from way back in the day, he sent me the track that he's working on. This a roller song, that's a summertime song that you could hear on a radio station. It's a radio track where he's rolling, you know what I'm saying, and rapping, and it's top flight. So we invested in that. We invested in that a little while ago, and then we had to get some upgrades with the technology interface because we invested in a bunch of new software, bunch of new microphones, state of the art, you know what I'm saying, professional shit, so that we could do this new album. We used to fuck with the underground shit. I mean, keep in mind, we've recorded albums in professional studios. Albeit, there's a time when we were doing underground raps, working on new styles, working on new projects. Most of it, 99% of it, was mainstream. Was underground. It was not mainstream. There were experimental raps, you know what I'm saying? Us trying new tricks, and you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about with special effects, those types of tricks. Trying new algorithms, you know what I'm saying? Working with different types of like freeware and shit like that. Just seeing what we could fucking get away with, seeing what we could do in the world of audio recording, sound engineering, because we all have backgrounds in sound engineering and recording. We've been in so many fucking studios ourselves. We've been around professional sound editing folks, engineers, you know what I'm saying? Laboratory technician type niggas who fucking went to school, got degrees, got certification, and we came up, you know what I'm saying, in the game, seeing how all that shit works, being schooled by cats in studios showing us, you do this, you do that, this is how you do this, you don't do that. We saw all that shit, you know what I'm saying? Read the books myself. I've read the books, sound engineering, audio engineering, studio mixing, for the past 30 fucking plus years. So, thing that a lot of people don't know when it comes to this business is that a lot of people now, they try to cut costs and save money when they do albums by DIY, do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not opposed to going to a studio and paying an engineer to record some shit. I've done that. I'm the one that bankrolled that shit with Mr. Broccoli and Spank motherfucking T and the homies back in the day, YC1. Shout outs to Young Chili, you know what I'm saying? And other cats from the set. Everybody from my fucking crew, we've all contributed financially to these projects. It ain't just me. It ain't just one of us. It's all of us, man. We all put in on this. Sendo put in on this. He's been my roommate. You know what I'm saying? Spank motherfucking T was my roommate. Spank motherfucking T and Sendo and I were all roommates at some time under the same roof and shit. You know what I'm saying? We had a house, homie, the fucking trap spot. You feel that? I'm just being honest though. And shit. So Sendo had the ride and shit before I had the ride. Like I was rolling with Rosendo in his 64 Impala, baby blue crown rims, shorties holla. Yeah, we was dipping. That's one of the raps that I put out. You feel that? I talk about that shit. He's the one that taught me how to roll in the lowrider, man, how to drive. The very first lowrider I ever drove in my lifetime was Sendo, the homie Sendo from 495, my roommate, my homeboy from high school, just like T-Rev, that's Trevor, you know, Spank motherfucking T. Man, these are my road dogs. First Impala, first lowrider that I ever rode in, that I ever drove, that I ever learned how to drive was Rosendo 64 Impala, and I felt privileged and honored to be able to have that experience where he was showing me, man, how you don't fuck up the rims, how you drive up, you know what I'm saying, like this, and how you just kind of sit and, you know what I'm saying, chill like this, and how you roll low like this. Man, come on, bro. So the point is, man, my homies are very fucking talented. They're very artistic. A lot of the cats that I fuck with, they know how to draw. They know how to design shit. They know how to do illustrations because we're artists, man. We're artists and fucking techies, man. We're technicians. We come from families where our parents were in government, military, Boeing, aerospace. We come from backgrounds like that. Machine toolists, like master craftsmen type shit. So we grew up in garages. We grew up in like machine tool shops, like woodworking and like metalworking and fucking engineering drafting classes in junior high and high school, and fucking around with machinery and fucking around with niggas working on cars, taking cars apart, putting them back together, taking computers apart, putting them back together, fucking around with telecommunications equipment, buying shit at like the Goodwill, thrift store, Salvation Army, dumpster diving, looking for fucking software and shit, hardware that's been like discarded that we would then retrieve and like get online, like boot it up, power it up and shit with the power source and shit, Jimmy rigging shit. Come on, man. I know computer programmers, developers, engineers. The point is we come from backgrounds in engineering, and I studied fucking mechanical engineering and electronics engineering in college at the university. So that's real shit. I've taken courses through Georgia Tech. You feel that? That's real shit, man. You can take that shit for fucking little to nothing. And that's what I did. I took that shit for free online. Took that shit for fucking free online, man. Mechanical engineering. I paid for electronics engineering at the college. I was in electronics engineering for almost 2 years. And I used to sit in the laboratory at the electronics workbench. That's real shit. And I used to fuck with circuit diagrams and circuit flow and circuit theory and all this type of shit and build fucking circuits. Niggas don't know that shit, that I did that shit. Okay? And I used to fucking program on computers at my high school and junior high school. Procedural programming back in the 1980s and run programs that actually ran. So, yo, point being, man, is we're working on these new projects 495L4. My homeboys, my homies, we grew up doing all kinds of techie shit and artistic shit, graphing on walls, graffiti, tagging. My homeboys know how to draw characters, how to draw landscapes, how to sketch, how to use color, shading, light. Come on, man. We went to school together and we got good fucking grades, even though we were wilding out on the streets, man. Just being eccentric and shit. Okay? Fucking gangbanging on the streets and shit with the homies in the block in the neighborhood. Going to school, making sure that we graduated, because we come from an era where you had to go to school to honor your family. Regardless of what the fuck you was doing on the streets, man. Back when I was in school, when Sendo and I were in school, yeah, we went to an alternative school for a little minute because we got kicked out of our fucking respective high schools. He's on the south side. I was on the north side. He ended up coming up with us on the north side, and then we went back to the south side with him, and he introduced us to his homeboys. So his homeboys from the south side, they had access to the north side. Homeboys from the north side of mine, from the riverside and bayside, we had access to the south side. We formed an alliance, and that's how we fucking were running shit in the city that we're from, in the region, in the townships that we're from. So these projects that we're working on, 495L4, I got to thinking, man, over the course of the weekend, this past weekend, listening to Vlad on YouTube, doing interviews, talking to these different cats in the industry from these different legacies, these different, man, the MC Serch video that I saw, dude, the MC Serch interview by Vlad that I saw where he's talking about that shit that went down with Bushwick Bill in the limo, that's probably the most insane shit. Like, in a crazy Hollywood movie, fucking just like demented, warped, twisted fucking way. Man, props, mega props, mega props, mega props, and salute to MC Serch from Third Base. I didn't know he had a falling out with his homeboy, you know what I'm saying, that used to rock the cane with the fucking rings and shit on his fingers. That shit was tight, dude, back in the day. Third base. A lot of niggas that are post-millennial, they don't even know who third base is or was. They have no fucking clue. The fact that MC Serch is still in the game and he's doing his crowdfunding for the new projects and the book and all this stuff that he's talking about. I love to see cats that have been in the game with longevity like MC Serch, or a nigga be thinking, hey, whatever happened to that one rap group? Yeah, man, I ain't heard about them for a minute. Like, shit, 25, 30 years. Hold on, let me go ahead and Google this. And then to see dude looking fucking on top of his game, you know what I'm saying? Clean fucking cut, not all fucked up on drugs and shit, not all disheveled and looking like he's been through the ringer. You know what I'm saying? MC Serch, man, look better than fucking ever. Slimmed down a little bit and shit. Got hella wise in the fucking industry. You know what I'm saying? Up on fucking Vlad TV, man. Stand up gentleman character, man. MC Serch is the dude. And that fucking anecdote that he shared with the world, that video where he's talking about Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys and how he was rolling with Bushwick Bill in the fucking limo. Bro, man, y'all gotta see that video on Vlad TV. I fucks with Vlad TV. I watch that shit, man. And I gotta tell you, man, that shit inspired me. You know why? Because I'm a huge fan of Ghetto Boys. I'm a huge fan of Third Base. I had no idea that MC Serch was fucking with Ghetto Boys back in the day like that, rolling with Bushwick Bill and them. That shit is so ultra legendary in scope that is so mind-blowing that it's like hip-hop is now seeing a resurgence. There's a resurgence of the old school. It's the time loop. The auto-tune motherfuckers is fading out in the real world matrix. These niggas is gonna be gone in just like a few years, and motherfuckers will be like, it's gonna be the same as like the New Jack Swing era in some regard. Motherfuckers will be like, what you mean auto-tune? They'll be like, yeah, back in the day, there was this time, it was a fad. These fucking silly, wacky niggas was doing this shit with their voices. And, you know, anyway, you wouldn't know because you ain't from this time frame. You know what I'm saying? From that time frame. And they'll be like, nah, I ain't never heard of auto-tune. Imagine that. In the future, young members of society, young adults will be like, nah, I ain't never heard of that shit. What's an auto-tune? And you just be shaking your head like, man, you don't even want to know. Fuck it. I shouldn't even mention that shit. Hip-hop rap is making a fucking comeback in a major fucking way. What we're about to do right now is groundbreaking. We, with 495L4, we're bringing the Posse shit back. How many rappers have you heard on you? And I'm your boy, One Sir Grove. We're bringing the Posse shit back. I'm telling you, man, people are listening to this podcast. People are downloading it. They're downloading it. They're playing it. They're streaming it. And they're getting it on demand. So we're doing something right. We're doing something right with this podcast. The reason I wanted to do this podcast was to let y'all know a few things. First of all, what I just shared with you. Number two, secondly, listening to Vlad, listening to these old school legendary legacy artists, I had an epiphany, which I had thought about the following before in some detail, but it really crystallized in my view, in my mind, this notion that I now have, which is that from this point forward, man, we 495L4, when we rock, when we do our new shit that we're launching right now, that we're making right now, that's been long awaited by our fans, people that are fans of ours, yo, they say, the experts, and I'm one of them, that you don't need to have millions of followers to make millions of dollars in any industry. All you really fucking need is a core audience of like 1,000 individuals. You could even do it with fewer than that, less than that. But if you have 1,000 followers, you ain't got to have millions of plays on your videos either. This is a different formula that I'm talking about. As long as your core audience supports you, 1,000 fans, By the way, I myself out of 495 on one page, Reverb Nation, I have over 2,000 fans on one page of over 10,000 pages where our material exists on the internet. 495, we have material on over 10, that's 10,000. We have our material on over 10,000 websites. You think that's bullshit? Let me tell you like this. I paid for that service. I paid a company to do that for us. That's called marketing and advertising. Now, a lot of motherfuckers in the rap business, they don't even know that there's a service like that. They have no idea who the fuck I'm referring to or how I did that. No. If you type 495, One Sir Grove, dude, we have our materials, our songs, our tracks from zillions of different distributors on over 10,000 different websites worldwide. And a lot of y'all out there in the audience, if you're new to this show especially, you've never even fucking heard of 495L4 until just recently, until just now. We've been doing underground maneuvers and ops for the past 25 going on 30 fucking years, making a foundation, a base underground for our fucking 495 nation. L4, 495 L4. We've been doing this shit. We've been at this craft for a long ass time. And we haven't even been mostly mainstream. We've done shit with Miller Genuine Draft, J. Walter Thompson, advertising, marketing arm at the time of Miller Genuine Draft. They reached out to us and fucking cashed us out for a summer project program through their website, MGD. When you would go to MGD.com, our label's music was on MillerGenuineDraft.com. They paid us for that. And I need to call them up because they still owe us 10 fucking cases of beer. But it's cool. They good for it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't press the issue. It wasn't no major thing. You know, that was in the contract. But yo, they paid us. You know what I'm saying? Very fucking promptly. That was back in the early 2000s. You had no idea, a lot of y'all, that One Sir Grove was sponsored by Miller Genuine Draft, our label, our shit. A lot of y'all know that. We've had other sponsorships, man. We've had companies use our material, okay, to promote their products. Microsoft has used material from our label because we don't just do hardcore gangster rap. We do other shit. We do R&B. I know niggas that sing and they got melody. They can play keys and chords and things like this on pianos professionally. You see, we've done a lot of shit, man. I fuck with folk music. I fuck with bluegrass. I fuck with jazz. I fuck with ballads and hip hop. I fuck with poems and poetry. I fucks with underground shit that's experimental. I fucks with all different electronic music and different styles and shit. Okay? Rosendo himself, he can do a hella different fucking combinations, hella different styles. Just like you see these artists on YouTube, they could do a bunch of different styles, like dude doing like 24 different styles, right? Rosendo, you ain't seen a video from him where he does that, but he can make a video where he does that. Okay, so now that you're hearing more and more about 495L4 and some of our past successes, and you're becoming more and more familiarized with us and how we've been an underground legacy, we have done shit in the mainstream, just not a whole lot of it. We were number 5 on MP3.com in the United States of America for hardcore rap out of millions of people. We were number 5 with the track that we put out called Deep in Everett 1. Deep in Everett 1. And when we were number fucking 5, Mr. Broccoli's on that, Spank motherfucking T's on that, Sendo's on that. We were number 5 in the United States of America. That's top fucking 5 in America on MP3.com. In fact, that's how we started to get recognized and noticed by companies like J. Walter Thompson. That's how they found out about us, by listening to our shit when we were top 10, top 5 in the United States in fucking North America. So you probably didn't know that, a lot of y'all. You see? And your boy Once Grove is on that track. I'm rhyming on that track with, like I said, Mr. Brock Lee Landers, with Mr. fucking Brock Lee Landers, with Sendo, that's Send the Soul Stealer, and Spank motherfucking T. Riverside boys, all of us. We've all lived in the Riverside. We've lived on the Bayside. You understand? So, and there's a lot more of us too. The nigga Scoot used to rap with us and shit. The homie Aaron, you know what I'm saying? A lot of cats been rapping with us in and out of different studios over the years. So we've worked on a lot of different projects, a lot of collabos. We've done a lot of shit. Now we're moving into the mainstream. We're coming out of that underground mode where we already built the underground base. We already did that shit. 25 plus years in the business, working underground ops, doing that shit to make a name for ourselves, to brand ourselves. And we did that on some ultra underdog type shit. Because when all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's like, man, we're fucking mainstream, and people are like, man, you heard about this crew? Yeah, man, I heard 495, L4, that's San, Mike Choi, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Brock Lee Landers, Scheme, Big Scheme, and Once Grove, OSGOE, and these other cats, they got hip-hop, popping, locking, breaking, motherfuckers, B-boys, B-girls, they're doing these shows, man, they got these concerts and shit. We didn't really come out of nowhere, though. You feel me? Like, we been at the craft. We already branded ourselves. And it's not like we gonna be on interviews and they're gonna be like, yo, what's next for 495 L4? What are y'all doing? Working on some movie shit, doing some roles in Hollywood? You know what I'm saying? Niggas have no idea. I've been working on some projects behind the scenes in the film industry, helping people out to promote their projects in Hollywood. And yours truly, OSGOE Once Grove, I interviewed Hollywood stars for a few seasons with the co-host of mine, she and I, rocking like that. You understand? So I'm not even new to the Hollywood scene because I've already interviewed people in Hollywood and they know who I am and I know who they are. And we already did that. You see what I'm saying? In terms of book writing, which is like the natural progression of different artists and whatnot that want to write a book, I already did a graphic novel. I already sparked that shit off for us. We already did that shit. It's already out there. DJ with an Uzi, audio book and everything. So check game. They're going to be like, yo, what's next for 495 L4, man? What's, man, y'all doing this, and that? What's up? When y'all finally going to do some merchandise like Wu-Tang Clan? We already did that. We already got the merch out there. You know what I'm saying? In advance. We did all of this shit in advance on the chessboard, on the maneuverings of it all. We already got the clothing line on and popping. And it ain't some low budget shit either. It ain't some whack shit. It's some high quality gear with some fucking ultra tight, ultra dope logos and graphic design illustration. And we worked with an international team of artists. We work between multiple nations on that shit. I've paid people in foreign nations to do videography, to do graphic design illustration. We're on top of the game in this shit here. So we have been steadfast in our work that we do. Now with the mainstream, this is the third thing that I wanted to share with y'all. I've realized now that when we used to do those raps that were underground, you know, you might hear like a mic pop, like, you know, popping and hissing and snipping and cracking, right? P's, B's, and S's. Right? Sometimes I emphasize, like when I'm talking on the podcast, I do that shit for like audio stage effect, right? You know, I'll be like, you know, man, this nigga, you know, man, fuck that nigga. I might just say something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably so. You know, with the plosives and the plosives and the different fucking, you know what I'm saying, modulations of the voice and whatnot. Point is, when we were doing all that underground shit, testing microphones, seeing what we could get away with, just recording tracks dirty, not even editing the shit, just being like, I just recorded this shit. I know there's a click, little pop, little snap and shit, you know, P's, B's, and S's be off a little bit, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to record it. I'm going to put it out, boom, it's on the internet. I ain't going to spend a whole lot of time doing it. I'm going to see how many people listen to it and what kind of reviews and feedback I get. We did that shit to see how we can market shit. Okay? So, now that we figured out our demographic, target audience, and now that we've advertised and promoted and marketed underground and registered with all the different organizations in terms of royalties and intellectual properties and things like this, man. And we took care of all that shit, man, to get everything in order in terms of our business structure hierarchy and how our model works in terms of like our blueprint. Yo, schematic, yo, check game. So a lot of the shit used to be like real dark, intense, like edgy. We're still gonna rap like that, but the beats that you're about to hear from us, the instrumentals, they're all gonna be jammers that are fucking like dance shit, like roller shit, like summertime dance club lounge shit. We're taking this shit mainstream. Our lyrics are gonna be on some fuck the corrupt authorities type shit, just like NWA was talking about. NWA wasn't talking about fuck all police. They're talking about fuck crooked motherfuckers. Okay? We talking about fuck these crooked motherfuckers as well. These corrupt fucking wannabe Gestapos, man. These motherfuckers in politics that are trying to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Our U.S. government, American government. They're trying to make it hard for the working person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say working man, the working man and working woman. The working person, working class. These motherfuckers that think that they're elite and that we're somehow under their thumb and their iron fist and rule and shit like that. Fuck tyranny, man. We ain't about none of that shit, man. Fuck that fascist ass shit. So yo, our style is upgraded for the mainstream. And I'm saying this in under 30 minutes in terms of this particular podcast, that I guarantee you, motherfuckers who produce music, instrumentals, they're gonna wanna fuck with 495 and send us their instrumentals and have us rap on their shit when they see how hot our shit is when our shit fucking debuts on these new projects. You're gonna have cats scrambling to try to fucking do business with us because they're gonna see we got a fucking buzz. We got this shit fucking popping. We keeps it cracking. And by the way, that's a song by L4 that you can peep right now. Go online, Google L4. We keeps it cracking. Spelled with the K. Krackin. We keeps it cracking. We keeps it cracking. L4. Sendo, the homie Sen the Soul Stealer, he produced that track. It's an underground track. That's how we've been recording underground. Now imagine the new shit when 495 L4's on stage, rocking with that same level of energy from We Keeps It Crackin. Come on, man. Mr. Broccoli's on that shit. Man, Broccoli Landers. Man, Sen, man, produced the shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. He also did the song If the World Showed Some Love. Just type L4, Sen, the Soul Stealer, If the World Showed Some Love. Man, come on, bro. That's underground. Imagine when we actually start paying for advertising. Imagine when we start actually marketing and promoting with advertisements that are paid for. Our numbers are going to go through the fucking roof. We're going to have, you already fucking know if you're smart and you're keen to this shit, you already know record execs are going to take notice. They're going to be like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is 495L4? Who the fuck are these niggas? Where the fuck did they come from? This shit is raucous. Bruh, I tell you, I assure you, when they see our movement, when they see our energy, when they see us emerge and rise to fucking fame and stardom, they're gonna scramble to sign this phenomenal fucking underground group that's an ultra underdog fucking strategy legacy team. Because we ain't new to the game. A lot of niggas is gonna think that we're brand new and that we just came out of nowhere. But y'all who know us from the podcast and just from knowing us and whatnot, man, who have been supporting us the whole time, man, we fucking appreciate you because we could not have done it without y'all. Now watch how these projects, man, play out as I said. Hey, if you're a producer, if you're making instrumentals, and you want 495L4 rocking to them, just let us know what the terms are, man. What you looking for, man. If you want to do something on contingency, if you want to do something with us giving you some cash, just let us know, man. I'm your boy, One Sir Grove. 495L4 2019 and beyond. One.